Ate Melku Bege Bora Bege Dulalelam. Amen. Thou art the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and forever. And so it is. Shalom.
Shalom.
For I am the light. Will you know that is true? For the I am, thou art. It is not that the man you call Jesus is the light, and thou art not the light. It is not that only the man who walked as Jesus was somehow more than who you are. It is that I am in oneness with Father, Mother, God, and that is what I proclaim with you and for you. And so you are the light. I even said so. So it says in the book. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. So what is this holiday all about? I wasn't born in the month of December, as you refer to the month. You know, like many of you, I will celebrate who I am and my birthday anytime you want to have a party. I'm ready. But is it my celebration that is important? The man that was born, according to the legends, of very meager circumstance. Is it so important that I, in my human life, lived in a certain way and brought a certain fulfillment of a prophecy? Well, of course. Because you have not read the prophecies about your coming here, you do not know how very valuable and important your role is. If you could read the Akasha, the records of all eternal life, you would each know that there was a part of your soul that was co-created with the great Father, Mother, God in order that you be here now to bring forth a fulfillment of that which has been promised. So I celebrate you, and I don't want any presents for my birthday. Do you know what a good parent says, right, to the children? Don't buy me anything. I just want everyone to get along. I just want your happiness. I just want you to just give me your love and your respect, and you have all these wonderful things that you put out. And when your good friends say, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas? And you say, oh, nothing. I don't expect anything. But it's not wrong to desire to have things to be presented with acknowledgments of your beauty and your specialness to the world. Those things are grand, but it is not so important that that defines you or defines the giver either. That unless you are seeing that the giver, the individual human that might share a present with you or wish of good cheer, as another representative of the great Father, Mother, God, the divine presence in another, that gift then has bigger meaning. That gift has more value than the numbers of dollars and cents that came into its purchase or its production or its manufacture to you. You are worthy of all the gifts. And so we wanted to bring you the acknowledgement that this is a time that so many have fought. Why do they fight it? Because they stress. Oy. They stress. Only less than 3 weeks now for you to buy everything for everybody and to put up trees and lights and candles and what? Almost none of you handwrite out cards and mail them anymore, right? At least not very many. There was a time that you can recall, oh, are you grateful that you're not spending so much time and effort on that? After all, the only disappointment is that you go to your mailbox and find nothing there for you again when you anticipated. Where are all my little presents that come to me? The mail brings you the reminders from everyone you've ever known. So maybe you get that in your electronic. Or maybe you just get it in your internal message. Or maybe you just have to let go, or all of that. So this is a stress time for the cultures of this planet, where from here to Jerusalem, to Reykjavik, to the South Pole, all through the lands, there is a celebration that is about to be marked by the solstice of the year. Whether it is the winter solstice or the summer solstice, depending on what place you live. It is a time where the sun and the earth have an agreement for something new to be born of it. And in this northern hemisphere, with the date and its religiousness that's come along with it, the winter solstice represents the birth of light. The birth of light. So isn't it wondrous that in the Jewish faith there's a celebration of the miracle of light? And the lamp lasted so many days beyond its seeming life, shelf life as some would say. My beloved friends, your gifts of light are what this season is about. Beyond what you name it. Beyond the war of Christmas. What is that so silly that's being spoken of? Who makes a war on Christmas? That's just craziness in my mind. My conscious God mind, I say. Believe what you wish to believe, but allow everyone to have what they choose for their celebration and their connection to God. And it is not about me that those wars, either made up or real, exist. It is not about me. I'm not backing away from responsibility, but I am saying people must look to who they are, and you are the light. So, look at your obligations around these seasons. The obligation to carry on traditions. Well, if I told you and showed you clearly the lifetime you were Native American, that you were Jewish, that you were a Christian, that you were a nun or a priest, that you had other pagan roots, and you were in Ireland and you've danced with fairies, and I went on and on about all these possible lifetimes that your soul has expressed, which tradition are you going to force yourself to celebrate? Traditions are not just the lineage of your physical, biological, or adoptive families here. They are about what is important to you to continue to remember, to use as ritual, to use as tools to recall who you are. So if you light a candle, light it knowing you are the light, and it reflects you. It doesn't have to shine on you to make you visible. Maybe it's easier for your physical eyes to read by candle, one way or another. But you are the light. Will you be the light when you are feeling depressed, sad, and angry? You will still be the light. Even if you are not feeling it and no one else can quite see it because they see the shadow you have placed over yourself. But in my experience in my human body, in the time you remember is Jesus. Do you remember doing that? Bowing your head every time you spoke or heard the name Jesus. It's just another tradition, right? So here it is that I speak to you of these things that you can recall. You have the power to speak unto yourself and to the rest of the world as if you already have it all. Whatever the it is that you might seek, whatever the it is that you think the world needs, when you know that you hope for and call upon that which is the masterfulness of divine to say, please save the world or serve the world or somehow co-create the glory of the world. And the angels are sending their seraphim now, see? Gabriel is playing for you. When all of that You can go within and say, even when I'm in my shadow, when I can't feel it in the moment, I can know it. And you do already know that. You fight that fight, don't you? That the fight of so-called good and evil, the fight of your truthful, honest, loving self and your shadowed, forgotten self. And your forgotten self says it's all horse stuff. And your God self is whispering, you are the light. And you're saying, bull. Oh, not true. I don't feel like it, and therefore I'm not. And you have the argument. And you do all you can to shut down that little truth voice that says, yes, you are the light. Yeah, you're having these times, but you are the light. And you go, So, you go to your sad place, your angry place to cover up your sadness. Do you recognize that part of you? That when you feel the deep sorrow and sadness about feeling lonely or cut off or despaired for circumstance, you would build up anger about it, righteousness about it, become ready to let the world know, I do exist and I'm going to make you all right. I did this. I did this in my life body. I withered figs in the fig tree. Why? I was a little ticked off, you could say. I got God power. I'll show the universe. I'll show you guys. How dare you? Whoa. And did it teach? Yes, it taught. And we made the best of it. And I forgave myself. And I forgave all that I drew upon for that to occur out of not my God presence of love, but my God presence of human distortion. Did you hear what I just said? I didn't just say my God presence or my human ego. I said my God presence of distortion. Because there is no way you're never going to be able to prove to the truth of all that you are separate and that you are not God, you are not divine, you are. Even when you are not acting the best that you think you can be, or expect yourself to be, or you know yourself to be. And if you can begin to accept that, imagine how much compassion you have for anyone and anything in your world that is acting seemingly unlike their God self, their divine self. I say to you, there is no thing you can say or do that separates you from Father, Mother, God. That is the illusion. There's no thing that needs to be corrected by punishment. There is wailing and gnashing of teeth not because God ordains that you or any human deserve punishment or denial into the heavens, but that you believe so. That you believe there is an unworthiness in you or in others to have that gift be received.